What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of EdgeWorks Knife Studio. Today's episode, I'm going to just do kind of a quick video. It's going to be with the Cheefarcuut 1000 grit, the 5mm version. I'm going to attempt to see how it does with like a Kasumi finish on a bevel. Those of you that know, and from my previous videos, know that that's one of my favorite type of finishes. It's the hazy, kind of cloudy, grayish color finish. One of the things that I've, learned dealing with either vitrified or resin bonded stones is they're great polishers, but when you go to do something like a Kasumi finish, you mostly get something kind of like a mirror polish. It's just the nature of how these stones are made. Now, the 400 grit Cheefarcuut, as well as the 200 grit NSK resin bonded, and a few others, they do a decent job, but it's more just kind of scratchy looking, obviously, right? But I think with a quick test I've already checked, I think this one's actually going to do kind of a nice job, closer to my preference of how I like Kasumi to look. So we'll test that out real quick. Hopefully it'll be somewhat of a short video compared to my normal super long formats. But also I'm going to add to the giveaway. So the giveaway is still running. You still have a chance to be entered. I'm going to do a total of 5 stones. Cheefarcuut is going to give away 3. I'm going to give them money for 2 additional stones that they'll be sending out from their Amazon warehouse to the winners. So there'll be 5 total stones. Super easy, and it costs you nothing to enter. Just make sure that you are a subscriber to this channel. Make sure that you leave a comment down below, whether you liked it or whatever. It doesn't have to be an uplifting comment about the stone. It could be a critique, whatever. But just leave a comment down below for engagement, and share the video if you feel like sharing it. If you think someone would benefit from seeing this or the other one from last week. The next video that I release will be the drawing winners announcement. So, but without further ado, I got the sun turned off because I'm getting ready to get some lights put up to get things better, and I got some camera stuff. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to kick on the overhead here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with this Okahide. It's Okahide Mini. It is Aogami 2. You can see there it is nice and shiny. This is one that I did an example with the FSK 8K and 12K. So I'm going to use this Cheefarcuut, the 1000 grit 5mm, which so far has proven to be a very good stone. Just like the other ones, though, I didn't have any doubts or reservations that it may not. So we're going to go ahead and we're just going to get this started. For those that don't know what I'm talking about, this is essentially, well, this isn't a good example, but let me get a good example here. One of my favorites. And actually, it happens to be an Okahide, kind of a Santoku as well. So you can see the cladding line there towards the actual the hard steel core and the edge there. So that gray area, which is kind of hazy, that's what we're talking about. You can see it pretty good on this side too. So you can see a clear separation of the cladding versus the steel core, the hard core, the hard steel core. So that's going to bring this out. So we're going to give this a shot here and see how this looks. Like I said, I've done a very, very small sampling on this knife. This is a TOSA Shirogami 2. And I just did kind of a test. And I want to see what this does. So let's go ahead. So those that, like I said, that don't know, the way that you do that is pretty much the exact same thing as flattening your knife. You just take your knife, you put it on the stone, lay it flat as it can be, but like, you don't want to go on these flats up top here. You want it to be here. So you're going to lay it make sure it's laid down towards the bevel, and then put your hand, your fingers to guide it on the actual bevel, like where I got them now. And then you don't have to like hardcore press into the stone and try and abrade away the whole thing. But it's just like I said, just like thinning a knife, sharpening it as well. I am not really giving much pressure. The pressure that I'm using is laying my hand or my fingers on the actual steel and giving a little extra press. I would call it probably medium pressure. As you can see here, we're taking out a whole bunch of steel. Let's see, wipe away there. Comes right on out. For the most part, you're gonna get a little bit of residue, but how's everybody's New Year so far? Has 2026 been amazing? It's been really busy for me. So my parents just told me that they've gotten COVID, which, man, it's like, when's it gonna stop? Okay, let's go ahead and we're gonna rinse off that a little bit there. Oh yeah, well, this is actually nice looking. Yeah, I can't believe it. Normally, I'll be really honest, I don't use diamonds to do this a lot. I use my altstones for, which I've got the altstone 300 grit coming, and it is a super fat, thick boy. Oh, it's what you guys have wanted in the altstone line. And they're going to release larger variants of their splash and goes too. So keep tuned in for that, because those that know altstone know it's a good stone and it's fairly inexpensive. All right, so let's looky here. Look at that. Now we got some work to do. But compare that to that. Let me turn off this sun. Let's see. I need it to see what I'm doing, but yeah, you can see there's a very nice little contrast starting. So let's go ahead and we'll get her going. Actually, that looks like that might show up pretty good on the video. So if you're watching this and this looks like crap because of the light that is not present, I do apologize. It looks fine on my screen over there. So I'll be glad when I've got my studio lights up. I just haven't had a chance to wire them up yet, so it's coming though, guys. Better angles and better views. Okay. Oh yeah. Now it's going to be a little softer and a little bit more blended because it is a 1000 grit diamond. It's not going to give you a perfect Kasumi, but it is going to be a nice hazy finish. Let's go to the other side here. Let's take this super shiny. You can see it there. Same thing. Just lay it on there. Make sure it's flat. Put your fingers down close to where you're wanting it to hit. Sometimes on a smaller knife like this, especially in an area, because wherever you put your fingers is where your pressure is going to be. So we want it to be here. When it's like this, I'll kind of diagonal my fingers like this, kind of step them. That way you get nice even pressure and you're not doing like I sometimes have done and abrading off the pads of my fingers. So again, just some moderate pressure, medium pressure. Not trying to dig through the stone. Sounds nice and chalky, and that's my favorite sound. The stone seems to have been a big hit, and for those of you that use that sign-up link to get your 10% off coupon, thank you. I don't get any of that as a commission or anything. It just helps to track and see how many of you guys are doing this from my videos, and that, I mean, that really helps for me to be able to continue to get things to demonstrate and give you my honest opinion on. I mean, I would still buy it, you know what I'm saying, but I like kind of having early access. That way I can review it and show you guys, and that way you're prepared. And sometimes, like I said, bring you some discounts. It's all about the community. That's what I want to do this for. I'm not trying to get rich quick or something like that, because I still have my day job, and I still plan on having my day job. Basically, I'm just trying to fill a spot that I wanted to watch whenever I was watching a lot of these videos. So look at there already. So you can see there's kind of a disconnect, if you want to speak, or say that. So what I'll do is I'll put pressure on the opposite side, right about there. So we'll focus there up a little higher now. Like I was saying earlier, the FSKs are great stones, but they seem to almost always kind of give it a shiny polish. Not every time. I mean, I've had some experience, you know, where it was a little less shiny, but for the most part, you know, even with the 400, you kind of get more of a shiny kind of a finish. I plan on doing a year in review type of video too, guys, where I go over some of the knives that I've sharpened and some of the stones, and kind of just give you my top picks of 2025, and just go over how they are still comparing and working for me at this moment. That'll probably be the next video, just so you know. As you can see there, we've kind of taken away some of that. I just need to continue to work on it. That's just a spot that it's a low divot from the manufacturer, the blacksmith grind, their wheel or whatever they use. That's actually part of the original cladding. It's just it's in there. It's kind of concaved. Not bad, but like as an exaggeration, it's like a little dip. But yeah, so for a 1000 grit stone, that looks pretty good. So like I said, this is Aogami 2 63 HRC is what Okahide runs his knives at. So let me grab this one. This is a Shirogami 2 running as a TOSA. It's running about 61 to 62, I believe, is where they kind of hover at. So let's go ahead. Same process, nothing different about it. Oh yeah. What I need to do is kind of do one of these with the 400 and pair it against the NSK 200 and the 400 FSK. Just, you know, just to show the differences. Oh yeah, look at that. Hold on here. And that looks pretty. I need to peel that cladding line back some more on this one, I think. And that's fine though. You can still see it, but it's kind of close to the edge, which is okay. I mean, that's where thinning comes in. But that one looks really good on the Shirogami. I think the Aogami probably just takes a little bit more work because it's harder. And it's just, you know, Maybe it's a difference in the steel too, you know. Just give it a few more strokes and I'll do the other side here. And then we'll wrap it up. Okay. It just wipes right out. That's always amazed me with these stones. You always think, man, it's kind of loading up, but then you can just kind of keep wiping that with your finger and it comes right out. All right, now this side. This one didn't really need it that bad. I did want to go ahead and hit it with this and just to kind of see. It was kind of half done. I was using it as a demonstration at one other time. Sorry for that rattling. I don't know what it is. I'll have to find it. I don't know what's rattling. It's probably something touching something somewhere that I just can't see. That happens to me occasionally. Like these little bottles, these little squirt bottles and stuff. They'll start moving. One-handed. Man, that sound, I love it. It's the reason I love, well, it's more than one reason I love the King Deluxe 1800 and 1200s or whatever. But it's one of the many reasons is the chalky sound. It's kind of pasty. Man, I am so excited to show you guys that alt stone too. This thing is huge. It is a massive chunk of a brick. And it's the 300 grit. I've been excited. I love their 300 grit stone. It is perfect for Kasumis. And having a big old fat chunk of a brick like that, man, I'm going to do so many different finishes with the knives I've been making. I got a new 2x72 grinder I'll show you guys too. Okay, looky there. Yeah, still it's a little splotchy because, again, I need to work on it in some spots. But you can see, I mean, that looks nice and hazy. Yeah, so, heck yeah. It looks good. So there we have it. I mean, that small little test I did, because I was just curious. I was like, I wonder, because of how this sounded, how it felt, the way it was sharpening, the way that the edges looked. I was like, I wonder if it'll do a Kasumi. And sure enough, it seems to be doing it. And like I said, it's kind of muted from what I normally like. And if I wanted to do a really good contrasted one, I would continue with natural stones. Probably up through my Uchigomori. I mean, who knows? I've got so many different ones that I like to use for different results. But anyway, but yeah, this looks good for, you know, some quick little fun. So anyway, remember, if you want one of these stones, they'll do more than just sharpen your knives, but they sharpen your knives amazingly. All you got to do is to get entered into the contest. I'm giving away 5 of them total. Cheefarcuut's giving away 3. I'm giving away 2. So leave a comment down below, be a subscriber to the channel, and please share the video with someone you think would be interested in it. If you don't have anyone interested, that's fine. Don't worry about it. But yeah, till then, I appreciate you guys tuning in. You guys are the reason I do this. I couldn't do it without you, so I appreciate you so much. Hope you guys are having a good new year and a good week, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.